beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. The site, what a matchup we have tonight, Greg, in the front court. I know everyone, you and I included, have been waiting for this one.
And when you got two of the best bigs in the league going at it tonight, it's must-see TV. I can't wait to call this one, guys.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Kobe White. Then it's Jalen Johnson. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And stolen by White. Fires from deep. Vucevic with the rebound. Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to the Knicks in New York. Pass to Reeves. Shoots over White. Reeves can't hit. Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Outside, White. Off target from three-point range. And it's the Hornets ball. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
I caught up with Coach Charles Lee. I asked him the obvious. Is there anything you can do to slow down Jokic? He was surprisingly candid with his plan, and he said they want to force him to switch out onto the perimeter shooters, hoping that he expends a lot of energy and create favorable mismatches. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks.
Well, what really makes Jokic special inside isn't just his size, but his gracefulness.
Now, here's Kuminga. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. White against Reeves. White the pass to Jokic. Johnson outside. There's the triple. The Hornets pull it in.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
A shot by Sabonis. Nobody around. Hands it from downtown.
They love it when Sabonis shows off his range. It makes him that much more dangerous.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Leonard against Kuminga. 5 to shoot. Nice defense from Kuminga. It was the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Brooklyn Nets. And you talk about the best center in the league. Sabonis, certainly Stan, is in that group.
He sure is, Kevin, the second Sabonis to be in that group. And look, this guy can do it all. He is one of the best passing bigs in the league. He's one of the best rebounding bigs in the league. And he can shoot the ball on the perimeter. A tough guy to deal with.
Now Reeves. After Jalen Johnson missing on the last three-pointer. And stolen by White. Leonard against Kuminga. DiVincenzo with it. Still yet to score. It's White on the wing. And another miss by Denver. The Hornets with the lead. Here's Big Red. 8 points his last outing. Sabonis sets the pick for Reeves. It's deflected. Johnson with it. Kuminga picks him up. Johnson kicks to Jokic. Leonard on the wing. Defended by Sabonis. And the call will go against Jonathan Kuminga. That is his first foul of the game. So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes.
And looking 21 to 4, make some noise for your Honeybee.
chance now to take a look at some numbers for Dante DiVincenzo. Trying to get something going. Tips it. Jokic on the follow.
Yeah, Jokic, one of the league leaders in offensive rebounding throughout his career.
Reeves with it. He's picked up by White. There's Kuminga. And finished off by Kuminga.
How about the rim rattler from Kuminga? Really showing off the bounce there.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam. And here are the Nuggets now, coming off that loss against the Nets.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Yeah, those opposing crowds can put you off balance at the stripe, but you got to block out the noise and make those free throws.
DiVincenzo can't hit it. Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Reeves into the lane, and that one is stuffed right through.
And you know the drive is coming from Reeves, but you still can't stop it.
Pass to Leonard. A three. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside, Kuminga. Back to Reeves. A three-pointer is right on target. Reeves has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Great ball movement there.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. 6-point game. And here is Johnson. Jokic with the screen on Kuminga. To end the run. Nice defense from Kuminga.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
And it's put back in by Vucevic.
Yeah, an impressive offensive rebounder. Vucevic isn't afraid of throwing his weight around.
Kuminga against Leonard. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Hornets. The Nuggets also changing it up. Quentin Post is checked in for Jokic. And Chance subbed in for Leonard. Just 4 to shoot. Goes up on the wing. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
So, GA Coach Charles Lee of the Hornets, spending a decade as an NBA assistant coach. He has really paid his dues.
Yeah, 4 years with the Hawks, 5 in Milwaukee, part of that title team. 1 in Boston as well, another title. So he's been a part of winning, now trying to translate that to Charlotte.
And he banks in the layup. And the Hornets lead by 10.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up a little more sense of urgency. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. is in for the Hornets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Sabonis. Kevin Porter comes in for Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Keontae George in for Austin Reeves. Green, he's checked in for Denver. Allen comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Here's White, still without a basket. Here's Champ, and the powerful one-handed slam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Now, here's George. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Here's Big Red, guarded by Green. Clock is at 3. Three-pointer. George, no good.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Allen passes to Champ. The shot will not fall. Good defense by Claxton. White against George. Here's Valanciunas. Lays it up and banks it in. Valanciunas has got his second basket.
Power play by Valanciunas. Just muscling past any inside resistance.
Here's White. Hornets with the rebound.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
And now Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Hey guys, Kobe White becoming an offensive focal point, saying it means a lot that my coaches and my teammates trust me. The only thing that can prepare you for this is going through it. For me to become the player I want to be, I need those moments. It's all part of the learning process and the journey. Back over to you.
All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. Here's Champ. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Outside, Porter fires from way outside. Green with the rebound.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
It's Allen on the wing. Pass to Champ. Now White. Kicks it out to Allen. Porter with the steal. Over Allen. And that one's good by Porter.
Poetry in motion. Porter with a beautiful stroke rising up there from mid-range.
White against George. White looking around. 5 on the clock. Pass to Allen. From past the arc. Doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Charlotte leading by 10. Outside, George. Now Valanciunas. Allen defending. Now Claxton. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Jumps up. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. Here's Claxton. Nothing on the board. Here's Big Red. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Hornets lead by 10.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Here's Champ. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And finished off by Porter.
And this is how you execute in transition. Porter Jr. enjoys leaking out and running all over the defense.
Here's Champ. His last outing, he had 8 points. High post shot. No good on the last second attempt there. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Hornets ahead, up by 12. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And another thing, Coach will be thrilled with the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
So on the floor for Denver, they've got Dante DiVincenzo. Johnson is out there with Champ. Then it's Dalton Connect. And it's Jokic in at the 5 down low.
Well, the first guy you have to box out there, Nikola Jokic. That's just bad recognition.
Vucevic off target with his 3. The Nuggets trail by 10. Second quarter basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Pass to Jokic. Shot clock at 6. That shot wide open. DiVincenzo's got his first 3 points of the game.
Great positioning. DiVincenzo stays ready to fire the moment he gets the ball.
Sabonis sets the pick for Poole. He's looking for Sabonis and finds him.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And when you look at Jordan Poole's game, GA, what makes him special?
I think it's his creativity and elusiveness. Able to get in his bag, if you will, and play with it and create his shot more or less at will.
Now, here's Vucevic. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. The 3 for DiVincenzo. Hornets with the rebound. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor. I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. Pass to Poole. Here's the 3. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. Here's Champ. Now Jokic. Pass to DiVincenzo. Sabonis grabs the ball. Hornets leading by 9. Robinson passes to Reeves. Stolen. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Vucevic setting the pick for Sabonis. High arcing shot. Johnson with the rebound. So it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Denver. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Stolen by Robinson. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. And here is DiVincenzo. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn. Champ's shot is off. Hornets leading by 9. Here's Poole. An easy 2 points on the layup.
The more effective Poole is inside, the more headaches he causes for the defense.
Denver's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Now, here's Jokic. 23 points for him the last game against Brooklyn.
Yeah, and he also put in major work on the board. Just an all-around dominant performance.
A premier offense for the Nuggets, but defensively, Stan, there has been some slippage.
Well, they've had to make some tough financial decisions, letting some of their defensive-minded veterans depart in free agency over the years. They got to wonder who will step up, but it often takes young players a little longer at the defensive end.
And that one misses. And one way players look to expand their game, adding counter moves to keep defenders off balance. Greg, what was something you added that really gave defenders pause?
You know, the snatch back pull up, you know, using your speed to kind of get the defender going downhill, and then you slam on the brakes and just create that separation to then go into attack mode. Well, Connect started his NBA journey at a community college, grew 3 inches while he was there, eventually transferred to a major program and turned himself into a first-round pick.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
And he comes up with the deuce. DiVincenzo's got 5 points so far.
Well, DiVincenzo enjoys working inside. He can be appropriately aggressive in the paint.
Vucevic finds Poole. Shoots over Connect. Poole no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Leonard against Kuminga. Shot clock at 5. Leonard, no luck. Hornets leading by 8. Poole, the pass to Reeves. Back to Poole. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got rebound number 8 now on the night.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Pass to Reeves. And here's Poole for 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And Connect gets it to go. Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
And I feel like we see this all too often. Injuries, they play such a big part of the game.
Yeah, these kind of things really test your depth. Hopefully, it's not too serious.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Valanciunas is checked in for Vucevic. Big Red comes in for Domantas Sabonis. Porter's checked in for Poole. And Georgia subbed in for Austin Reeves. And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's ready to talk things through with them. Substitution here for Denver. Quentin Post is checked in for Jokic. Green comes in for Johnson. Grayson Allen's checked in for Connect. And it's Kobe White in for Dante DiVincenzo. George looking around. Valanciunas with a screen on Green. Here's Big Red. Charlotte again missing.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
An agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Kuminga against Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Allen for 3. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Hornets leading by 9. Porter in the corner. No good on the triple. And for the Nuggets, they're shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused.
Strong to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
And a miss there on the triple. The Nuggets trail by 7. Outside, White. Takes it from 10. Valanciunas grabs the board.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
And that one's good, George.
And we've seen this offense step back into three-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
Leonard kicks to Allen. Porter with the steal. Down low. Here's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
That's as easy as it gets for Kuminga. Defense has to bring more energy than that.
George against White. To the inside. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Moving the ball for the highest percentage look.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. Big Red, no good. George against White. Pass to Leonard. Four on the shot clock.
2 minutes remaining in the half. 2 minutes.
Valanciunas grabs the board. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds now tonight. George passes to Big Red. Here's Kuminga. Rebound by the Nuggets. Inside. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Leonard.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
So, stand after an up-and-down start to his career, Kobe White is now a proven scoring threat.
He sure as heck is, Kevin. And it's because of 2 things in my mind. Great confidence and great energy every single night. So he's always running and moving, which gets him space and time to shoot the ball. And when he gets that space and time, he has great confidence to let it fly.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. And this summer, Carmelo Anthony inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. The former 3rd overall pick by Denver back in 2003.
And he played 7.5 seasons with the Nuggets, his longest stretch with any team, representing them 4 times in the All-Star game.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Champ, the pass to Green. Now Allen. The tray. No good. Shot missing. Charlotte leading by 10. Pass to Valanciunas. The kick out to Porter. The 3 nailed from three-point land. Porter's got 7.
Shooting while in rhythm. Porter Jr. has an impressive understanding for when to let that thing fly.
Takes it inside, and here's Green outside. The Hornets pull it in. Claxton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Porter in the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Champ. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that does it for the first half of play. Hornets lead by 15. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. thinking about the shot. One more time, a round of applause for our contestants.
Hey everybody, nothing like a little trade news to perk up your day. We'll take a look first at some transactions around the NBA. Players are always shuffling around the league. You fellas ever have trouble keeping track?
No, not me, Ernie. I have a foolproof system for knowing who plays for which team or who got traded where. It works every single time.
Yeah, I think I got the same system, Kenny. It's called Ask Ernie.
Yep, and that's the one.
Why do I feel like I'm the only one doing any work around here? Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Hornets.
And hey, this is why we love sports. Seeing an underdog come back in and grab this game by the horns, you know these guys are hyped up right now.
Now, can they carry this momentum the rest of the way? That's something I'll be curious to see. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Hornets leading by 15. Let's go courtside, and there's some news on Vucevic. How's he doing, Allie?
Thanks, guys. I just talked with the Hornets head athletic trainer. They told me it's a collapsed lung, a serious situation, and we're all hoping that he's okay. Sadly, we won't be seeing him again tonight or in the near future. It sounds like he's got a long recovery ahead of him. Back over to you.
Thank you, Allie. We appreciate the update. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
That's just awful news. You really feel for the guy, and you know everyone in the NBA family is wishing him a speedy recovery.
They've got Sabonis. Austin Reeves out there with Big Red. Then there's Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Claxton in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
A strong finish by Kuminga. That's his game.
DiVincenzo, the bounce pass. Good on the triple. White's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Big Red, no good. The Nuggets trail by 14. Reeves with it. He's picked up by White. Reeves the pass to Claxton. Now here's DiVincenzo. Guarded closer. No good on the shot. Pass to Kuminga. Here's Claxton. Here's Big Red. And again, the Hornets missing.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
Leonard sets a screen for White. And it's off from three-point range. And here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. Out to the right wing. Sabonis. No good from outside. The Nuggets trail by 14. Outside Leonard. Jokic high post. White wide open. He fires. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. White's got 6 here in this quarter.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan.
Look at those moves. Let's go.
Check out stats for DiVincenzo. How this year has shaped up for him. He's averaging 11 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
Yeah, look, it's not about being a stat stuffer. It's about being a guy coaches can count on and an asset to the team as a whole.
Now, here's Kuminga. 6 points for him. Charlotte, no good that time either. The Nuggets trail by 11. Johnson with a screen on Claxton. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
Yeah, it's normally the defense that fuels a comeback, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Now, here's Sabonis. He's got 5. Reeves can't hit. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Pass to Johnson from downtown. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Right side, Kuminga. Here's Big Red. Misses and the dry spell continues.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
Now here's White, following the miss by Jonathan Kuminga. Jokic against Claxton. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Right, we see a lot of change in the NBA, but Nikola Jokic always seems to stay in the MVP conversation.
And not just in it, at the top of it. His ability to affect the game is basically unmatched. He dominates in just about every single aspect.
Free throw, good. Jokic. Stan, you know, you think about the release point on Jokic's outside shot. It is tough to get to.
Yeah, Kevin, it certainly is. And the problem is if you start to come out of your stance to try to get to that shot, Jokic will just pull the ball down and beat you on the drive.
Pools checked in for Nicholas Claxton.
Well, you know, a great thing about Jokic is the cohesion he brings to the team. His ball movement and teamwork are contagious.
First team foul.
And it's the Nuggets ball. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. White finds Jokic. Now here's DiVincenzo. Connect sets a screen for DiVincenzo. The Nuggets with another miss. Hornets leading by 8. To the middle. Here's Sabonis. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Sabonis has got 7.
Look, Sabonis understands that you gotta play with aggression in the paint. Use force down.
Reeves outside. Pass to Big Red. Picked by Kuminga. Big Red passes to Poole. The Hornets need to get a shot off here.
Oh, nice job finishing that with the hammer. I love seeing Reeves go up aggressively.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Down by 12. Sabonis with the steal. To the paint and stolen by DiVincenzo. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. The The league is hoping for more competition for the All-Star game, and one idea to motivate the players is more prize money for the winning team. It worked for the Emirates Cup. The All-Star festivities drive revenues and publicity for the league, so those that are advancing this suggestion say, what's the money on it? Kevin?
All right, Allie, we thank you very much. And a timeout call by Charles Lee. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy.
Get up and get noisy, fans. It's your Storm Squad. All right, everybody. Now come ready to forward. It's your Storm Squad. Let me hear you make some noise.
Making a change here. Valanciunas is checked in. The Nuggets also changing it up. Champs checked in for Johnson. Green comes in for Dalton Connect. And Grayson Allen subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Poole looking it over. This one for three, and it's White with the rebound.
Well, his team has the lead, but this has to be a bit of a concern for him. The shot isn't falling, and it's been a forgettable night.
And Jokic wide open. He shoots, connects from three-point range. Jokic has got it back down to single digits for the Nuggets. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
And that one's good. Big Red.
Well, he's going back to the arc. He might be building some momentum from range here in the second half.
Green up on top. Scoreless thus far. Clock at 6. Here's Jokic. Ooh, the touch from Jokic.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Poole outside. Now Valanciunas. He's got 6. And here's Reeves outside. And another 3 for Charlotte.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
White the pass to Jokic. Green kicks to White. Here's Jokic. The putback. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Reeves the pass to Valanciunas. Denver grabs the miss. Champs got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Allen. Deflects the pass. Sabonis against Jokic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, that's the thing about Jokic. He makes you work defensively throughout the game.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Charlotte?
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the 3.
And another thing, guys, they've dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Porter comes in for Poole, and Georgia subbed in for Big Red, and he can't hit the second.
Well, we're seeing a different version of him in this half, taking a more direct approach. He didn't have a single free throw in the first half.
Now, here's Jokic. He's got 18. Out to White. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Free throw is such an important part of the game. Here are the league leaders in that department. Kobe White, third.
I mean, he's not going to miss many foul shots. That's for sure. He is a machine when he gets to the charity stripe.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Big Reds check in for Jordan. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Jonas Valanciunas.
I'm really not too surprised to see the rebounding numbers trail off a bit. He's a veteran player getting up there in years, and what comes with that is some changes to physicality and intentional adjustments to playing style. Even though his rebounding output has declined, that veteran presence and basketball IQ continue to grow.
They're being with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Shoots from 12. And the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut down to 11 on the bucket from White.
Yeah, you got to control your body on those mid-rangers. Kobe White did it well.
Pass to Big Red. And again, it's Charlotte with a 3.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
White the pass to Allen. Jokic with the screen on Porter. Allen drives in. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's Sabonis. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Sabonis has got 4 this quarter.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
And it's good for 2. White's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, after that tough first half, you hoped he'd find his way to bounce back and get things going here in the second.
1:10 left to play here in the third. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Jokic.
And he just makes it look so easy at times. Once Jokic gets going, there's almost no chance of slowing him down.
Now, here's Porter. He's got 9. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
White the pass to Jokic. Jokic puts it up and in.
Well, even though they're struggling, his solo efforts on offense have really been something.
Back to Reeves. Valanciunas sets a screen for Reeves. Down low. Another steal. White up top. Pass to Champ. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Champ's got 8.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Launches from deep. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Charlotte. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've done a lot of great work from long range. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Yeah, well, he looked like a pass-first point guard on this assist. Incredible instinct to feel the play develop and set up the score.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Quentin Post, Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Kobe White. Then there's Champ, and it's Johnson in at small forward. Here's Reeves. Shoots over White. Reeves gets the bucket.
Well, we've seen Reeves evolve as a playmaker over time. He's so good at taking what he sees in that pick and roll.
Now, here's Johnson. Pass to Champ. Johnson with a screen on Kuminga. Here's Champ. Reeves with the rebound.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Kuminga the pass to Porter. Misses the three. The Nuggets trail by 13. Outside, White. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Guarded by Porter.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
A three-pointer, no good. Nuggets have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Post with it. Here's White. The Nuggets with another miss. Hornets leading by 13. Big red passes to Porter. Yes, that goes in.
Defenses try to test Porter's physicality, but he's adjusted well to it.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And we've got a timeout from David Adelman. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Switch. Off's jacked in. Leonard, he's checked in for Denver. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Denver's head coach was saying to the team. He said to them, "You guys look defeated out there. Wake up. This game is far from over, but I need you all to believe that. I need you to fight for one another right now."
All right, Allie, thank you. Now here's White. Leonard finds White. Here's Champ, defended by Kuminga. DiVincenzo passes to Champ. The Nuggets with another miss.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Pass to Big Red. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
They could use a bucket, and White with the stuff.
Well, to me, White is at his best going downhill in attack mode.
Here's Reeves. Outside, Kuminga. Charlotte no good that time either. The Nuggets trail by 13. look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Pass to Big Red. Leonard with the steal. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Here's White. Here's DiVincenzo. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Big Red. Pulls up. High post. That's short off the rim. Over in the corner. White. From outside. Off the mark. Hornets leading by 13. Here's Big Red to the middle. Inside, here's Reeves. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
No doubt he is capable of getting hot. Reeves is a machine when that stroke is there for him. And I think we're seeing that tonight.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
It's deflected. Fast break. Here we go. Nobody near Leonard. That 3 off the mark. The Hornets have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Here's Big Red. Hits it from 3-point range. Big Red's got 20.
Whether it's with his passing or scoring, Reeves is a flat-out playmaker.
The Nuggets trail by 18. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. Just been really inefficient. 5 turnovers. You know, it's as if he's playing for the other team.
Jay Crowder's checked in for Charlotte. And Denver with a change here, too. Jokic is checked in. Pass to Big Red. The kick out to Sabonis. Here's Big Red. 6 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. And the Hornets miss again. Denver shooting poorly, just 35% so far. And here's Leonard. Back to White. Trying to find Jokic. Gets it to him. Shoots over Crowder. And again, Denver no good. Charlotte leading by 18. Reeves with it. He's picked up by White. Reeves can't hit.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Here's DiVincenzo. The Hornets pull it in. Right side, Kuminga. Pass to Big Red. Sabonis' screen on DiVincenzo. And the slam dunk by Sabonis. That gives him a double-double in this one. 11 points and 10 rebounds.
Well, look, Sabonis has the footwork to get himself in position to finish right at the cup.
Leonard finds White. Jokic sets the screen for White. They need this, and Jokic slams it in.
Yeah, it's almost like pick your poison Jokic in the pick and roll. He's a master of these sets.
Here's Big Red, defended by DiVincenzo. Big Red, no good. Trail by 18 to the inside. Picked off in midair.